At the end of this 20-minute tutorial, you're gonna know on how to build this. So hey guys, my name is Lewis. Today I'm starting a new series on how to make a Discord bot, aka how to build one using a Discord.js v14. The reason I'm making this series is because most other tutorials out there start off simple, but later when things gets more complicated and your bot has more functionality, and you suddenly have to refactor everything and move files around into a more professional structure. And this is very annoying. This series is different because it's made for people who actually want to build a complicated Discord bot using the tools and structure that experienced developer use from day one. This means that you won't have to reorganize everything later. We're gonna start off with a template that has a very solid setup, and I'll walk you through all of the in a later video. Like any courses, there is a couple of prerequisites. I do expect you to know basic JavaScript and optionally, but preferably, a bit of TypeScript too. And if you're already experienced JavaScript or TypeScript developer, this tutorial is probably better than others because you'll recognize a lot of tools and setup in the template that will make everything much faster. All right, so welcome. We're going to install all the required software or components for the our Discord.js project. It's mainly three. We got the Git client. So you want to go to this URL and then you want to click downloads and then you want to download whatever version it is for Windows. This install tutorial is going to be for Windows only. Um, and then we're gonna download Node.js. Go to this download link. We're gonna download the MSI installer, and also the VS Code, which is a code editor. You can also download whatever your own preferred code editor is. It's just I prefer VS Code. So download this one. I already download all of them. We're gonna see it's all in setup. So we're gonna just open all of them. Okay. So we can click I accept, and then we can click create a desktop icon also. All right. So we click. All right. All right. We can click install. All right. We can just click yes. Okay, so we also have Git we want to install. Git is a version manager. I'll explain what Git do later. So Node is the JavaScript runtime, which is required for us if we want to run code on our computer. Okay, so we can just click next, next. Okay, next, next. We can just like fast forward all of this. Let's just leave everything on the default setting. It's fine, and then we can launch VS Code later. All right. So okay. Um, Now we want to run a few scripts to ensure that let's just not view the release notes. Okay, we want to do a few script to ensure. So let's open up. Okay, PowerShell. So there are actually two different places you can execute commands in Windows. So one of them is command prompt and one of them is PowerShell. Okay, there is not a significant difference for which one we use, but if you want to use PowerShell, you have to run this code in PowerShell, which will change something in your system to make sure that all our development tools can be run on a PowerShell. If you use command prompt, it won't have this issue. So since PowerShell is newer and usually the better choice, we're gonna go ahead with PowerShell. Remember, you do not have to use PowerShell. If you use command prompt, you do not need to run this code. So we're gonna run this code. We're gonna run it. All right. So now we're gonna verify our installation for npm. So let's do npm version. If you see something is printed, that means it's installed correctly. And let's do node.version. All right. So your version might be newer than these two versions because this video might be old later. Um, Now we want to, because the npm is the package manager for JavaScript. The original package manager that comes with npm is bad. I don't really like it. So we're actually gonna use a new package manager called pnpm instead of npm. So let's go ahead and paste that in. If you're on Mac OS or Linux, you can like do the same thing. Basically, all the commands are exactly the same, but you don't have to like run this on Mac OS and Linux. This is Windows only. Okay, so we're gonna run pnpm setup. All right. So because you might see something different here, but as long as you run the script, is totally okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and create a new folder for our bot. So usually the best place is documents. One thing I have to know is that if you store your project in a OneDrive folder, it's gonna break something. So OneDrive will constantly try to back up this folder if you have OneDrive enabled, and this thing is going to mess up with our development tools and code. And we never want to store any development related code in a OneDrive folder. But for me right now, as you can see, I don't have OneDrive. It's not gonna try to back something up, so it's fine if I just create a folder here. But if you have OneDrive enabled, make sure that you go to a folder that is not like OneDrive enabled. For example, you can go in this PC, Windows, and then users. So your user, like you can see that which of these folders have, so you can see that there's a OneDrive folder. You do not want to store anything in this OneDrive folder. Never. It's gonna break your code. And then we're just gonna use this document. So you can see that this is this component, right? This is not OneDrive. This is local, and that's how we know that this folder is good. So we want to create a new folder, and we can give our bot a name. I'm just gonna name the bot for my template bot. So when naming folders, you want to name it with normal characters. You do not want to name it with like random characters like at, exclamation mark, question mark. You can't even add question mark in Windows. You don't want these namings. You don't want to add percent sign either. Like you just want like plain text, maybe like underscore. Okay. So just try to name stuff like without special characters. It's gonna break your code also if you name it with random special characters. So we're gonna go in template bot, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna press this. We're gonna open in terminal. All right. Remember, it's gonna be the same thing for Windows. For other systems. So we can see this. We can press code dot, and this will launch up VS Code. As you can see, VS Code is launched. All right. You're gonna click I trust the authors. And then we can delete all of these PowerShell. So you can this is the default page for VS Code if you have a fresh install. We're gonna click new terminal and new terminal. And then we're gonna copy and paste this. So remember, we're on PowerShell. If you choose to use command prompt in the beginning instead of PowerShell, you want to click this button and you want to click command prompt. So that way you don't have to use PowerShell anymore, but we're going to go ahead with PowerShell. So we're going to paste this command, which should automatically run. Oh, by the way, you press enter to run a command. So you can see we have a lot of example code already here in the VS Code. So we can, this is one of my templates, and then we can see that we have example code here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write pnpm I, which stands for install. This will install every required dependencies or the components our project relies on, or the template relies on. So because this is a beginner's tutorial, we're not going deep on how like the event handlers is handling all of these already. So As you can see, it is a little bit different. Like the VS Code is now a little bit different because I switched from the virtual machine to my actual host machine. So it is all the steps are exactly the same. Um, so once we install everything with pnpm, you should have a pnpm lock.yaml file that's here. So what we want to do is we want to right click this part and then we say review in file explorer. All right, it should open up, and then we want to go and find, like, this is your directory. This is your directory for your bot. We want to go and find the .git folder. So if you don't see the git folder, you want to click view and then click show. You want to click like the show hidden item. This is what you want to click. You want to click the show hidden item if you don't see the .git folder. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna delete the git folder. All right. So now when we go back, we will see this. So we can now write git init. Okay, and then we can we will put a message here. We will call this initial, and then we will commit. So what this means is every time you commit using git, it means it saves, like, it sort of saves a copy of the current state of code. So if we break something in the future, then we can always like easily revert it back to like the previous state of code, which makes a lot of things easier. Okay guys, so this is me in the future. You also should run the command pnpm install -g TypeScript. Just run this command and you should be fine also. Okay, so after we done this, our bot cannot be run yet because we haven't supplied the necessary statement yet. So we'll go ahead and we'll click this and rename. We're gonna rename the .env.template to .env, like this. All right. So now we're gonna start a new Chrome tab. All right, guys. So on the Chrome tab, you want to go to the URL discord.com/developers/applications, and then you want to click create a new application. Give it a name. I'm just gonna call it tutorial bot, and then click this. All right, you can create a new application, and it's asking me if I'm a bot, and I'm not a bot. Okay, so after this, you want to go into the bot tab, and then you will see a token, and you want to click reset token, and then yes, do it. And now you will see this token. This is something that you will never want to give to any people. You do not want this to be on anywhere or give it to any people because they will have direct access to the bot. And obviously, I'm going to change the token after this video. So you want to click this. You want to copy all of them, and then you want to go into VS Code, and then you want to open the .env files that we just renamed, and then you want to paste it in here, and you want to press Ctrl S to save the file. And now we want to invite the Discord bot to the server. So it's recommended you create a brand new server for testing your bot. On the same tab, we also want to go scroll down, and we're gonna click the under the privileged gateway intents. We're also gonna click all of these. We're just gonna make it open and click save changes. After that, we want to go into installation. We're gonna say guild install. This is what bots is. We're gonna add a bot tag here, and then we're gonna give the bot administrator permissions to test. And we're gonna click save changes, and now we have this URL. You want to copy and paste this URL into your browser, so it will open up the Discord link, just like how you will invite a normal Discord bot. So we're gonna copy and paste this. All right. Once you paste the link on your Discord app, this should be what happened. So you want to click add to your server, click this, and then you can see I can add it to my test server, right? I'll continue, and you will see administrator. So we're gonna add it, and of course, all right. Okay, so it's added. So you can see that our bot is here, but it has a tutorial bot role because it's what Discord automatically do, but it's not online. To online, we must run the code first. So we can actually do pnpm div. So we will start a server with basically simulating a server, and then we will see the Discord bot. So if you did all of these successfully, you should see this being logged. It's logged in as tutorial bot something, and then we can see that tutorial bot is now online. So now if you go into slash command, it's still not here yet. Here you want to like reload the Discord server by pressing Control R. Right, just reload the Discord, and then you will see slash ping. So you can see that our Discord bot have added a new command. This is by default, because I already written this in the code already. So you can press ping, and then the bot should be responded with pawn, and that's basically our sample bot that we can run. Alright, so our first thing we're not gonna do is we're actually gonna improve the ping command we just run. So we're going to do that right now. So the first thing you want to do is if you're you want to open up ping.ts. So you want to press Control P and you can search for ping.ts. And press enter. You can directly go to this file, or you can just click the folder. So click the src commands and utility. It's in here. So I will explain what all of these does along the way, but for now we're just gonna write a simple ping that actually returns latency. So we are going to do okay, we're going to have a ping here. So we're gonna do const ping equals client dot ws dot ping. We're gonna like this, and then we can do interaction replay, and we will change this to pawn, and then we can say we can add the ping. So we can do this symbol, and then we want to change this to the backtick. Backtick is on the top left of your keyboard. So we want to change these two to backticks, and then we will write ping here, and then we can add ms here. So now we press Control S. So you will see it, in the log that it is restarting the server. So what we're gonna this WebSocket's ping is already like finished. So if we go into Discord and then we try to run the ping command, you are going to get the command is outdated. So usually what I will do is I'll just press Control R to refresh Discord again, right? And then we will do slash ping, and then you can see that this time it takes a little bit longer, and you will see pong, and you will see 142 millisecond. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna make the Discord bot reply to a message. So let me actually explain a little bit about Discord.js. So Discord.js, you have a bunch of events to listen to. For example, there's a event for creating a message when the other users created a message. There's also events to create an interaction. An interaction is, for example, a command, right? So everything in this event folder is the events that we want to listen to. So for example, if we want to reply the users when the other users create a message, what we want to do is we want to like create a new folder here if you don't already have one. So we're going to say create a new folder. We're going to do a message create. So the message create event will execute when any users in the guild fires or writes a message. So anything here will any code in here will receive that event, and thus we can react to it. So we actually want to give a file under the message create. So let's call it handle message.ts, right? We can call it handle message. So now every single file in under the events folder expects a default async functions. Okay, so we're actually gonna import gonna actually import these from Discord.js, right? Let's just make this better. So we're gonna import it, and then we're gonna do export default async function. We're gonna, we can give it any name. We can call it handle message, and we can do client and then colon mark client and message message here. We can do it here. Oops, and we should add a type here because we're actually not using it as a variable. We're using it as a type. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do if message.author.bot. So what this is gonna do is that it's gonna check if the author of the message is a bot, because we don't want to react to a normal user and not bot. So that's why we want to check if it's true. So if this is true, we want to just simply stop executing the code, which we can do just by do return. So, and now we can do message. We can access the message content. So if message.content we can make it lowercase, right? So we don't want to lowercase, right? And then we can see if this is equal to hello, right? Then we can reply. We can reply with world. It's broken a little bit. Okay, we can reply with world. Misspell. Okay, world, like this. Let's delete this also. So we can await message reply world. So if we go ahead and press Ctrl S to save this file, it's gonna see this is loading again. So now if we go back to Discord and then we write hello, the bot is gonna reply with world. So it actually works with uppercase also because we changed this to lowercase. So the case actually doesn't matter. So we can do this. It's still gonna reply with world. So I think this will conclude the first video of Discord bot, and then later we're going to in a later video we're going to explain like what all of these pre-existing code does. But before that, we are going to add some interesting features first. Okay, thank you.